Some of you need to 10x your relationship. Some of you need to 10x your ability to pay better. You don't have the ability to pay better. It's not that you're cheap and you don't want to pay people more. It's just that you don't have it. Your profit isn't there. Your business is so broken, you can't afford to pay your staff more, even if you believe they deserve more, right? So some of you just need to 10x your opportunity and your knowledge around how to pay people better, how to attract better quality employees. Some of you need to 10x your ability to onboard the right people. You're doing the same thing over and over, year after year after year, and getting the same results, scratching your head going, wonder how come, right? You're doing the same thing over and over again, wondering why you still have employees that don't stick around, why you still have employees that don't seem to care about the job, why you still have employees that come and go like a revolving door, right? And so 10x your team is the theme of this year, but we've added another component to this year's theme, because not just 10xing your team, but this year's theme for the overall event inside of training around how to 10x your team is redefining impossible. Redefining impossible. And I hope you're listening carefully to that, because we're going to bring in a speaker on the first day that is going to blow your mind. And this man has literally redefined impossible. He's one of the greatest athletes of all time. And his nickname is the Iron Cowboy. His name is James Lawrence. And he wrote the book literally on redefining impossible. So James Lawrence is going to be our speaker on day one. He's just going to do one talk, and I'm going to do all the teaching and training around MaidServe specific. But he literally redefined impossible around the Ironman competition, and he's won awards. He's won competitions throughout his career. He's been entered in the Guinness Book of World Records, and he kept breaking these world records in the Ironman competition. The Ironman competition is this extreme competition where in one single day you run, you start out by swimming. I'm going to say, I always forget what it is. Somebody can type it into the comments and remind me. I always forget, but you run a 26-mile marathon, then you jump on a bike and you ride 112 miles, and then you go into a pool or an ocean or water, a body of water, and you swim for 2 miles. So I think it's a 2-mile swim, a 26-mile run, and a 112-mile bike ride in one single day. That is a marathon. I'm sorry, that's an Ironman competition. And he's broken world record after world record in that competition, to where he's done what is literally humanly impossible. And that is, he did 50 Ironman competitions in 50 days in a row in 50 states. Not humanly possible. The human body will die doing that. He was told by doctors, you will die doing this. And he did it. And then he went and did it again and turned his 50 into 100. The man is a machine. He's an animal. But what's really cool is, I loved his story so much when I heard him speak from stage, is the way he ties this all back to business. Because I know on our worst day, we feel like we just ran an Ironman competition, right? We feel like we just completed or got caught up in an Ironman. Right? On our worst day, we feel so beat up by this business. Like, I don't think I can carry on any longer. I don't think I can go another day or another month or yet another year like today, right? On our worst day. Thankfully, we don't have worst days. Well, he signed up for a worst day of his life every single day for 50 days. And then he went and signed up for every single day for 100 days. And he did it. And he broke world records. He's the only person in the world that's ever done this. And he's coming and speaking at our conference. Because he has redefined impossible, I want to talk to you about that tonight, because tomorrow is Monday. And I really want to encourage each and every one of you to stop playing small. You know, so many of you have said, oh, I wish I could come to CBF Live in Dallas. Stop wishing and do it. Oh, it's impossible. Stop saying it's impossible and do it. But it's impossible. No, it isn't. It is not impossible for you to come to CBF Live in Dallas. It's not. And I don't care where you're at or how much you're struggling right now. It is not impossible. And if you want to be there for this 3-day event, which has the potential to change your life and your destiny forever, if you want to be there, you can make it happen. So we are redefining impossible. And we've been redefining impossible in our industry for a long time. CBF has. And I'm going to share with you really quick because I only have 5 minutes left. I had too much time I wasted trying to figure out the technology that was broken. But I'm going to read you a post that was posted today on Cleaning Business Profits. And this was somebody I actually just met for the first time last year at CBF Live. And she was brave enough to stand on my stage and sit in the hot seat. It was the first time we'd ever done it. And I warn people, if you have a thin skin, don't sit in the hot seat. But you know what? Her ego was smaller than her desire to get to the next level in business. So she sat in the hot seat and she bared her soul with the things that were broken in her business. And basically, we worked with her in front of the entire group of 300 people, and she took it like a man. She took it with so much courage and class. And you know what she did? She went and took that advice and turned it into a fortune. And so, of course, she joined CBF that week. She hasn't even been in this program a year. Kathy Merchant. I'm going to read you her post, and I'm going to have to sign off here in a couple of minutes. And she said in advance, long post, sorry in advance, but if you're sitting on the fence about joining CBF or coming to CBF Live, please do. You owe it to yourself, your business, and your employees. I've been really looking closely at the numbers the last few weeks. And she said, thank you, Debbie Sardone, for helping me focus on them more. And she said, all I can say is, wow. In 2017, she was at $42,160,000. Profit was $100,000. So that means that was her income. Not a bad income. Hey, who wouldn't want $100,000 a year income? She said in 2018, her company brought in $346,000. Profit was $19,000. Right? She went backwards. In 2019, $554,000 in revenue. Her profit was $33,000. Do you see how she's gone backward in her profit? Right? Her business grew, but her profit shrank. Her business grew, but her work life increased. Her work hours increased. And what she was able to pay herself went down. And then in 2020, after joining CBF, in 2020, her sales went to $507,000, almost $508,000. Profit jumped. It doubled. It went to $64,759 just since joining CBF in October. So she doubled what had been pathetic profits, disappointing profits, $33,000 by fixing certain things, following the program to a T. She doubled her profit within a matter of months, not even a full year. She doubled her profits. So technically, she paid for the program like, I don't know, 5 times her first year. She said in sales of 2021, now she's been in it almost a whole year, right? Sales 2021, $1,012,293. Profit, $81,000. Imagine if she had said, at my profit, I wish I could join CBF. I can't now. Another year would have gone by where she probably still would have only made like 33 grand instead of 83 grand. She put $50,000 in her pocket that goes to her family, that goes to her lifestyle, that goes to whatever she wants it to go to. Here's the best part. She said, I gave all my employees $2 to $3 an hour average raise. That was just some of the benefits and additional benefits. She said her projected sales for 2022 are 1.3 million and opening their second location this summer or early fall. She said no one ever really talks too much about the true numbers, just the sales, right? The sales, the revenue, right? She said, we need to focus on that profit. As Debbie says, protect it at all costs. I always say protect it no matter what. I've never done that until now. And she said, we are sacrificing some of that profit this year to pour into some extreme growth. But she said, the numbers don't lie. This makes me so proud. And she said, it brought tears to my eyes when I saw it. We've been doing this business since 2009. Never did I pay attention to the numbers. If I had money in the bank and the bills were paid, good. She said, and we've had to take out expensive loans in the past to stay just afloat. She said, I've thrown my hands up and screamed at my staff in the past. If you think you can run it better, then it's yours. I quit because she was so frustrated. She said it was so unprofessional, but I was at my wit's end. And then here comes Debbie along with just the right timing. And she said, saved my business and me emotionally. I think she saved her own business because she invested in her brain. She said yes to herself. And instead of saying, I can't afford this, she said, I don't know how I'm going to afford it, but I'm doing it. And look at what's happened. Look at the transformation in her business. This kind of story just gets me so riled up. I can't believe it. Most of us are playing too small. Most of us are just saying, oh, I just wish I could get out of the field. I'm so tired, right? Oh my gosh, what a goal, right? Oh, I could just wish my day wasn't as horrible as it was yesterday. What a goal, right? Most of us are playing too small. Kathy went back and decided to play really big. And now she'll be in our pros next year. She'll be in our advanced group next year. The only reason why she's not in it already is it was too soon. She was in her first year of the program. We don't let anybody join their first year. She said her husband, Harold Merchant, has been side by side this whole time, supporting her, loving on her, encouraging her, inspiring her not to give up on her worst day, and supporting her when she made the decision to join CBF. Because I'm sure it was scary for him too. It's like, oh, brother, is that another one of those gimmick programs where, nothing really ever happens? And she turned that investment into $1 million business. She turned that investment into an $80,000 paycheck. And I have no doubt next year her paychecks are going to keep climbing. She's going to do more for employees, do more for her community, do more for her family, more for herself. And I'm just so proud of Kathy Merchant because she is the epitome of what inspires business owners to say, well, you know what? I guess I should do this too. She never questioned. She just said, I'm all in. And she jumped in with both feet. And so that's the kind of things that happen at CBF Live is you decide that you actually find a way instead of another excuse. You decide I have to do this for my family instead of I got to wait another year. And that's exactly what she did. Beth Aldridge in here. She's another example of a person. She was skeptical when she came in. She's like, is this going to be worth the money? Right? There's so many programs out there that aren't even worth a dime and people pay thousands for. And so people come in skeptical and they come out. You ready to go? Okay, I'm ready to go. People come in skeptical and they come out millionaires, which makes my day because I love making people rich. It's the most favorite thing I do. All right, so I'm all dressed up. I'm all gussied up to go out. Got my fancy earrings on. Going out with my husband tonight on a date night. We're picking a friend up at the airport and then going, the three of us, out for a nice dinner. So I just had to share that with you. I was so inspired by Kathy's post that I just wanted to share with you. Guys, if you're not registered for CBF Live, somebody post into the chat, please, www.cbflive.com. You have to add the W's or it won't be clickable. Please go register now, cbflive.com. There will be about 500 of us in the room, the biggest residential cleaning event in the history of the world. We like to do everything bigger and better. And you can take $200 off right now by using New Year 200. New Year 200 as your coupon code. All right. Have a great night. Thanks for letting me come on and inspire you to show up. Thank you, Noriko, for typing in hashtag I'm coming. Everybody that is registered, please type into the comments right now, hashtag I'm coming, and invite a friend. Friends, don't let other cleaning business friends struggle. We invite each other to CBF Live. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. I'm going to go have a cocktail.